Now, what are the facts about paedophiles? Lardon Iridesco reports.
This is Noah Fink, the country's leading authority on paedophiles, using Britain's best-loved heads...
And I'm talking nonsense.
...to broadcast paedophile facts.
This is a crab. This has sex with kids.
To those most in danger. To those most in danger.
Let's just get one thing straight. The British Army has never launched an offensive against a 6-year-old child.
Gerald Howarth here for Noah Fink, incorporating no offence, no offence, no offence, and no thanks.
Paedophiles are very good at disguising themselves. These are 2 photographs of the same paedophile, before and after. And it works too. This man is still at large in the United States. He's believed to have a low-status job inside the music industry.
How brazen and shameless is the modern paedophile? Well, take a look at this card here. What sort of sick individual puts things like this up in a telephone box? What sort of thing was going through his mind?
Genetically, paedophiles have more genes in common with crabs than they do with you and me. Now that is scientific fact. There's no real evidence for it, but it is scientific fact.
Children today often have mobile phones, but so too do paedophiles using text message slang. And because they're on edge, they dial wrong numbers. So watch out for these. Pipe-to-pipe bushman, code for 2 paedophiles having sex with each other while watching children from a shrub.
DBL means dusky blonde Lulu, and that's a male paedophile disguised as a lion.
Baltimora, this means literally, I'm running at them now with my trousers down.
This man is using clapping to describe a 6-year-old child alone in a department store while her mother is distracted using a mobile telephone. Other paedophiles in the area can now take advantage of this child by using this method of communication.
I'd like to play you a piece of music called Stay Away From Me by the American chart toppers Smash My Brother's Face In.
A paedophile would be really nonplussed if you opened your mouth and that noise came out, so learn it.
Wadded and rammed, public support for anti-paedophile technology.
The Singapore solution. A paedophile has an implant the size of a cashew nut in his rectum. These devices are triggered by the sound of children's voices. It hears those voices, it expands to the size of a 42-inch colour television set. Bang! They fall to the ground, shrieking, and the children are safe.
Sounds good. Very good.
Very good idea. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yes.
And a self-confessed paedophile is confronted with what he is.
You are a paedophile. You are a nonce. You are a perv. You're a slot badger. You're a 2-pin din plug. You're a bush dodger. You're a small beam regarder. You're an Unabummer. You're a nut administrator. You're a bent ref. You're the crazy world of Arthur Brown. You're a fence foal. You're a free willy. You're a chimney bottler. You're a bunty man. You're a shrub rocketeer.
Yes, well, you know, you just mentioned some of the names that we have to put up with every day, and it's just another form of racism.
The pedophiles, delivering justice unto men who praise sex on our children.
Men who have sacrificed the right to a life without pain.
I know how they look. I know how they think. I was one, for Christ's sake.
10 years ago, I had designs on my own kids. I knew that one day I might act on them. So to stop me, I shot myself in my own head. I'd killed the pedophile in me. Now I do the same for society. Because these men have chosen the way of the animal.
They don't deserve punishment. They deserve garnishment.
The Pedophile starts next week on 4, straight after Pedophile Island. 100 kids and an ex-offender on an island full of cameras. What's going to happen?
Welcome back. In the past 3 minutes, there's been an attempt to break into Dredgemore Prison and attack the paedophile, Jez North. Ted Maul is there.
Yes, a vigilante has just tried to fire himself over the prison walls using a giant catapult. Minutes earlier, a test projectile believed to be a side of beef cleared the parapets by a full 20 feet. But when the man himself was fired, his trajectory was all out of goose. He thumped into the wall, you can hear his bones breaking on impact. Medics say he may live, but only with his neck as an internal organ.
Still in the paddock, the web perverts who sell trousers to disguise erections in playgrounds.
I think it's an absolute disgrace that somebody should use the internet to market these Trust Me trousers. It makes it very difficult legally to try and pin them with the offence because it covers the fact that they're stimulated in the groin area.
And paedophilia for laughs?
Who wants a sweetie?
Reformed abuser Fenton Beasley has a best-selling autobiography and now runs bus tours of his old haunts.
You'll have to do something for Uncle Beezy first. You'll have to lift up your skirt and show me your knickers.
Why are they laughing?
What's that? Hair? I don't like hair.
Is he right to milk his perversion?
When you have children of your own, you remember Uncle Beezy. And get them to undress by the window. Would you do that for me? Only kidding.
Excellent. And I've been on that bus trip myself. I have to say, it really is very funny. You'd enjoy that, Valise. You ought to go.
Yes. Most stadiums are over half full now. There is a parent riot currently in Leeds, which started after a paedophile in a microlight committed an overhead perversion at Headingley Stadium. But police helicopters soon chased him into pylons where he crashed screaming like a pig in a war.
So what's next for Britain?
Started up tops at American pageants. How long before we see this in Nuneaton or Diss?
Look at these.
Oh, are they real? Well, they're enhanced. Oh, like it? Oh, they are so cute. Well, we didn't want to go too big. No.
I jiggle.
Oh, Carl, get some of those for you, baby. They are.
Our children are already obsessed by the American rap artist J.L. Bate. Self-styled king of new house music, he's sold over 18 million records and dates girls as young as 7.
He's the coolest, definitely.
Bate claims he's been unfairly treated.
Don't you think you should ask my dad, maybe? Why his dick was up my ass before I was even a baby? Sure, my butt was over the cervix. That's not a free hole for pervness. He fucked me anally, prenatally. I'm only doing unto them as he did unto me.
But he's a paedophile.
So, like we care.
One kid polishes my balls into the inside my diaper. Got 2 more, one in my prostate, with a windshield wiper.
Wouldn't you object if he tried to kiss you?
No.